Now, he asked the men to join him in castration.
Marshall Applewhite was talking about how far would you go in order to attain your mission. And so he evidently was entertaining castrating himself, getting rid of the human need to reproduce, or that hormonal impulse to be attracted to the opposite sex, or to be attracted to any sex. I started going, whoa, I don't know, I can't really go for this.
Michael Conyers did not undergo the procedure, but Applewhite and 6 other men in the cult flew to Mexico City and were surgically castrated.
Believe who I am or not is up to you. I'm from kingdom level above human. What does that yield? That yields immediately that the vast majority say, cult, some religious radical, some blasphemous individual that wants to take advantage of people, has some big bank account somewhere that they're taking whatever possessions that followers can get. I wish you'd show me where that bank account so that we could use it to get this information out. Everyone's quick to condemn. I mean, they don't even see anymore. They just see a tiny little aspect of someone else, and they quickly determine that they're so brilliant that they can judge it as being not what they're looking for, worthless, some radical movement, some movement that certainly is beneath them. I'll tell you about a kingdom level beyond here, and if you want to go there, then you have to follow me, because I'm the guy who's got the key at the moment. And it requires that you, if you move into that evolutionary kingdom, that you leave behind everything of human ways, human behavior, human ignorance, human misinformation. Now, breaking away from the world is not easy. It's difficult. It's tough. And breaking away doesn't mean that I'm going to go live in some place with this little cult, and I'll, spend time on weekends or at least on holidays with the family that I left because they're my no. It means that you leave that world behind. You even become another individual. It means that even the mind that you had as a human is aborted, and the soul that was given to you is filled with next level information, next level mind, and a new creature is born. Most renditions of human artists of extraterrestrials are the most grotesque things that you can possibly imagine. Look like some praying mantis or some insect that has some crazy shape or form, and that's ridiculous. They are perfectly beautiful suits of clothes. They are perfectly beautiful bodies, neither male nor female. They don't need to have hair that needs to be cut. They don't need to have curlers. They don't need to use makeup. It's a body that exists, except when it has to go to a place like planet Earth. It's a body that exists, for the most part, in a non-destructive environment. So it's potentially an eternal body, a everlasting body. This is your chance. I'm here. I can take you out of here. I can lead you into that kingdom level above human. That can't happen unless you leave the human world that you're in and come and follow me. Time is short. Last chance.
they were really startled and not pleasantly pleased.
They looked at her as kind of like a meddler, somebody that was just making trouble. And the way Marshall Applewhite thought was she was an agent of the lower forces. And it's kind of humorous looking back at it now, but at the time it was like a very serious thing, because there was this feeling that we'd get from Marshall Applewhite that somebody was out to get us. You know, somebody was going to take us down, take us off track, not allow us to complete our mission.
Sensing the newsletter might encourage parents to come after their children, Applewhite and Nettles reluctantly allowed members to contact their families. It was carefully controlled. Nancy Brown heard from her son David Moore through messages left on her answering machine.
Hello, this is your son David. If you want to know how you can help these parents who want to hear from someone on the trip, if you would print in your newsletter the names of those parents who will promise not to kidnap their family members or keep them from doing what they want to do, I'll promise you that most of these parents will hear from their loved ones pretty quickly. And I don't want you to worry about me, because there's really nothing to worry about.
Okay, we're going to begin our interviews today with Soroti. How long have you been in this classroom circumstance?
I've been in here since Valentine's Day 21 years ago.
Okay, and is there anything in particular you would like to say?
What would I like to say? Oh goodness. There's so much I want to say to you. Just about anything that would be of any significance to you is already on Heaven's Gate. I mean, this is kind of, in one sense, kind of silly. I would really strongly recommend, if you could find Heaven's Gate, the book or the website, go there, study it, read it. It would do you a lot of good. But maybe on a more personal note, there's a number of you out there that have probably been in contact with me personally. A number of the classmates that you'll be seeing on this tape. And remember how you felt when we were there. Remember, what it was like to work with us and to be with us, and you probably do better off trusting that rather than whatever information you run across on the TV. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff come out about this that can't give the perspective that you would have. So trust your own feeling rather than what you hear from someone else. I mean, that'd be my primary advice to give. The other thing, and I hope this is okay, but Pastor Murray just because you've had a contact with someone from an extraterrestrial circumstance doesn't mean that they're any more trustworthy than someone who hasn't. I mean, the Mormons, supposedly, John Smith had the same sort of contact. And a space alien doesn't mean that he's from the kingdom of God. So you would do well to do some research as well in the same regard. I hope I'm not going overboard by naming these people, but Kenneth Copeland, Jan and Paul Crouch, Kenneth Copeland in particular, Ken and Gloria. For a while, we were really thought that you were picking up on next level information. You were being a good instrument, and then you go off into this thing. And this was some time ago. Go off into this thing where you're telling people that if they want to get wealthy, then they need to, give more money to people. They need to tithe more. I mean, come on. Where do you get this stuff? Your focus is wrong. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably stepping out of line here. Paul and Jan Crouch, you sat there and you pleaded to be the emissaries for the second coming when it arrived. You wanted to be the ones that had all the infrastructure all set up and ready to go and be prepared for his return. And did you know that we were in your prayer groups for a while? We actually did some of your accounting for a while. I mean, we were right there. And you've had ample opportunity. We even sent you a tape of the Beyond Human series. And what we got back in return was a warning about cults. I mean, T and Doe have tried and tried and tried to give all of you a shot that say you've been looking for this, but you're looking in all the wrong places. Anyway, I didn't mean to go on. I didn't mean to make such a... And I'm not singling just you out, but you were ones that we actually took an interest in for a while and then got disappointed. So hopefully this is not to criticize. This is hopefully to help from someone who has heard some of this stuff.
Okay, before we move on to Questodi, one last question. How do you feel about what is ahead for us?
This is the happiest day of my life. I mean, I've been looking for this for so long. Some would probably sit here and, somebody on the other side of this camera watching this tape would probably say, "What's going on? You all must not have a life, or you're deluded, or you're brainwashed, or whatever the thinking might be." It's hard to tune into. From my perspective, this is Hudson. I mean, this is the answer to everything. These flesh vehicles. I mean, if you use the analogy of a car, and people may keep their cars for a long time before they finally wear out and they clunk out and they die on them, and they go and get another car. Or some people, they say, well, here's a newer model. It's much nicer, and this one, doesn't quite perform the way I could, and I'd like to move into this new car. Get rid of the old one, get a new one. I mean, that's about all we're talking about. It's not a big deal. I'm talking too long, so I'll pass up. This isn't a troubling circumstance. Don't take it as that. It's just a gateway, just a doorway.
Okay, thank you.